What is up, everyone? My name is Mitchell Saltzman, and I wanted to take a look at the Switch port of Bloodstained to discuss the main issues players are finding with this port. First of all, it's important to note that the publisher is aware of the issues players have been finding. They've stated that they are going to be addressing them in a series of small updates. So to start, let's take a look at what those big issues are. For the purposes of this video, we're going to use the PC version as the other point of comparison. Also, I think in order to really properly discuss this, we need to break this into three parts: visuals, performance, and input lag. First up, visuals. This is the most clear knock against the Switch version. It's immediately obvious, even from the prologue of the game, the amount of effects that have been straight up turned off for the Switch version compared to the PC version. The finer details on characters look blurry, the textures look bad, and overall there's just a sense of muddiness to the look of the Switch version that simply isn't present in the others. The Switch version is also noticeably darker, and sure, there's a brightness slider, but bumping it up washes the colors out, making the game ugly in a different kind of way. So yeah, the Switch version is noticeably worse looking than the other versions, which, I mean, let's be honest, if this is surprising to you, you probably haven't been paying much attention to the other Switch ports, even the good ones. Now let's talk about performance, and for this, I'm mostly talking about frame rate, but we'll also lump in crashes and bugs too. The big thing to talk about here is that the Switch version runs at 30 FPS, and the other versions run at a solid 60, so out of the gate, that's a knock against the Switch version. That being said, unless you've got a hard rule that every game must be 60 FPS or it's trash, Bloodstained is still very playable at 30 FPS, at least going off my experience for playing the first few hours. There are other compounding problems that are more serious, which we'll get to in a second. There have also been reports of some crashes, though there have also been reports of crashes on the other versions of the game. So instead of saying that this is a Switch-specific problem, it may be a general Bloodstained problem that the team should look to address. Finally, I think the most important point in this discussion is input lag, because here is where the problems unique to the Switch version actually make this version inferior to play. The input lag on the Switch version is substantial. As you can see, there's very little lag between my button press and the action on screen in the PC version. Jeff Grubb of VentureBeat did his own test with a high frame rate camera and found the results to be 33 to 45 milliseconds of input lag, which is a little more precise than what I was able to record, but pretty much the same. On the Switch version though, the results were 145 to 158 milliseconds in the VentureBeat test, which mirror my own results. And that's not good. It's especially bad in a game like Bloodstained where split-second jumps and backsteps are necessary to avoid taking crucial damage. I felt sluggish just trying to take on the very first boss in the Switch version because my jumps didn't come out when I wanted them to. If there's a number one priority for something to fix, it's this issue right here. To sum it all up, yes, this is a subpar Switch port, and certain things, like the issues with the input lag, should never have made it out the door. That said, I remain hopeful that these issues can be fixed. As an example, Samurai Showdown had substantial input lag issues that were discovered in its demo, and the developers were able to fix it in just a few months. The team has also been very open in their communication, already offering updates on the specific things that they're planning on fixing, letting people know the things that are harder fixes and what will take longer, and acknowledging all the problems that have been pointed out. Anyway, that's my look at it, but I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments, and for more Bloodstained, check out our full review along with the first few minutes of the game. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.